Have you ever been so curious about something that you couldn't sleep until you got an answer? Curiosity is a very powerful thing in our life, and it drives our life. Curiosity opens imaginary and theoretical doors that we didn't know existed before. Today, I'll be talking about the science behind curiosity, why curiosity matters in our daily lives, and my story with curiosity. So first, what's curiosity doing in our brains? First, it has an information gap. An information gap is just a gap of information, and our brain wants to solve it. So it's going to search for that information, and so the next step is our brain's searching for the want to know, and then it has a reward system. So when you figure out, like the trivia question, for example, your brain rewards itself and produces dopamine. And then it goes to the memory system, which curiosity is also linked to memorization. So if you're very curious about something, let's say like math, and there's a theorem, you have a higher chance of memorizing that theorem than per se like reading, if you're not into reading as much. According to a 2014 fMRI study by Matthias Gruber and colleagues, people remember better when they are engaged and curious, and even remember unrelated information they saw while waiting for their answer. And in 2009, Min Jung King and researchers found that curiosity was linked with activity in reward-related brain regions, which shows that better memorizations come with curiosity, like I stated. Okay, that's the science part, but why should we care about any of this tomorrow? Well, curiosity has three payoffs in our lives. First, you learn faster. Second, you decide better in quick split-second decisions. And third, you connect deeper with friends and family around you. In a 2015 review, Celeste Kidd and Benjamin Hayden described curiosity as a motivation for learning that also influences decision-making and health development. According to William James, curiosity is the impulse for cognition. And I totally agree with that, because if you're curious about something, you're going to be very aware of it, and you're going to be very well informed about it, and you're going to devote your life to it. Most people, if they're curious about something, they're going to try to find something like their job is going to be in that field. So that's going to lead me to my last point. I'm going to be talking about my experience at NYSC. So first, I got an email from Mr. Nielsen last year about a science-based summer camp, and I was curious about it, so I further inquired about it, so I applied. And I really didn't think I was going to get in because I heard it was prestigious, and people from all over the world came. People from Argentina, Trinidad and Tobago, Costa Rica, anywhere in the Western Hemisphere, and you could name it, and they were there. So I was pretty pumped about this. I didn't think I was going to make it, but around April of 2025, I got an email in my personal email box saying that I was accepted, and to respond to the email if I would like to accept or decline. And I accepted because it was a full paid trip to Washington, D.C. and West Virginia. And so on July 10th, I flew out of Hector Airport and went to Washington, D.C. all by myself. I didn't know anybody there. I didn't know who I was looking for, so it was a little bit stressful. And finally, once I landed, I couldn't find anybody that was going to be there from the NYSC group, so that was a little worrying, and I got a little scared. But I eventually found them, and I connected very quick with them. I was very curious about the other people's cultures, because where we're from, the culture is not very vast. It's very just one thing. And that's what I really liked about this place, is that the culture, it was really just nice. But some of the experiences I had here was very biological, with biology. I'm very interested in biology, so I did a lot with plants. For one example, is lab that I did, we took mushrooms and we simmered them overnight, and we put yarn in them. And the mushrooms, they made food, like coloring for the yarn, and we made friendship bracelets out of those. And we gave them to each other, so that was pretty nice. We also went caving. We went hiking in the mountain ranges, which that was pretty cool. Overall, I'm very thankful for this experience, and I got to speak in front of about 100 people while I was there. That included people that were in the camp and along the alumni from the camp. The camp was going back from the 1960s, so there was a lot of alumni there, and I was pretty nervous. But I also got to listen to a TED Talk by Dr. Brian Kinghorn, and it was about perception, and I really liked it, so it was pretty interesting. But finally, the brain learns, and then curiosity helps us learn, and curiosity is in great and generous minds, the first passion and the last, by Samuel Johnson. Here's my ending challenge. Instead of using "that's just how it is," replace it with "why," because one curious question can open a door for you to walk through next.